Imagine being in a casino, surrounded by bright lights and the constant sound of machines, when suddenly, two of the biggest poker scandals are revealed, shaking the community and redefining what we understand as cheating. Have you heard of Phil Ivey and Mike Postle? These names are not just synonymous with skill, but also with shocking controversies caught live on camera. Get ready to dive into the depths of poker, where every card turned can hide a dark secret, and every bet can be a calculated move to deceive. Discover how Ivey manipulated cards in ways no one thought possible and how Postle, seemingly unbeatable, raised suspicions of epic fraud. This video will grip you from start to finish, revealing the dark secrets many try to hide. You're about to uncover the most impactful cheats in poker history, something you cannot ignore. Ready to unravel these mysteries? Phil Ivey, a poker master, along with his partner Chang-In Sun, used an intriguing technique called edge sorting. This strategy involved identifying tiny imperfections on the cards, something few would notice. Imagine being at a poker table and being able to distinguish the cards just by observing minuscule details on the edges. It's like having eagle vision, able to see what others can't. This skill, when well applied, can turn a game of chance into a series of strategic victories. The edge sorting technique starts with identifying these imperfections. Ivey and Sun, with trained eyes, could differentiate high cards from low ones. They requested specific decks, knowing some manufacturers let these nuances slip through. It's like choosing the perfect tool for a delicate job. Who hasn't wished for an advantage in a game, something that could almost guarantee a win? In poker, this was gold. To use edge sorting, Ivey and Sun didn't just identify the cards, but also manipulated the dealer to rotate them in a particular way. This step was crucial to ensure the imperfect edges were visible only to them. Imagine convincing someone to act exactly how you need, without them knowing your true purpose. It's a masterstroke, requiring not just technical skill but sharp social skills as well. This technique isn't something learned overnight. It requires practice, patience, and a keen eye for detail. It's like learning to read between the lines, noticing nuances that escape most people. In poker, every detail counts, and edge sorting proves that with the right knowledge, your chances of winning increase exponentially. After all, those who control information control the game. For those looking to apply advanced knowledge in poker, understanding techniques like this is essential. Even if you don't use them literally, grasping these strategies can open your mind to new ways of thinking and playing. After all, poker isn't just a card game. It's a game of people, strategies, and psychology. And those who master these areas dominate the table. Now, imagine the feeling of being at a poker table, knowing you have an advantage few know about. This not only boosts confidence, but also completely changes the game dynamics. Phil Ivey knew this, and this perception led him to great victories, especially at the Borgata Casino, where his skills shone like never before. At the Borgata Casino, Phil Ivey and Chang-In Sun executed their edge sorting technique masterfully. They began by requesting a specific deck, manufactured in a way that allowed them to identify tiny imperfections on the card edges. This choice wasn't random. They knew exactly what to look for. It's like a chef demanding specific ingredients for a special dish. Precision in choosing the deck was the first step towards a series of victories that would change everything. With the right deck in hand, the duo instructed the dealer to rotate the cards in a particular manner. Sun, with her skill and discretion, guided the dealer to turn the high-value cards so that the imperfections were visible only to them. It's like choreographing a dance, where every move has a specific purpose. In poker, where every detail matters, this manipulation of the dealer was crucial for the success of their technique. As the cards were rotated as requested, Ivey and Sun began reaping the rewards of their strategy. Significant wins started to pile up, resulting in gains of about $9.6 million. Imagine the feeling of seeing your plan work perfectly, each play bringing in more and more profit. These victories weren't just luck. They were the meticulous application of a well-thought-out strategy. The wins at the Borgata Casino didn't go unnoticed. Other players and casino staff began to notice Ivey's seemingly unbeatable luck. However, to many, the true extent of his skill remained a mystery. It's like watching a magician in action, knowing there's a trick, but being unable to figure out how it's done. Ivey and Son's ability to keep their technique secret was as impressive as their wins. With each win, Ivey and Son's confidence grew. They were in control, manipulating the game in a way few could understand. For any poker player, being in a position of significant advantage is the pinnacle of the game. And for Ivey, a poker master, these wins were the culmination of years of practice and study. He wasn't just playing, he was dominating. This period of success at the Borgata Casino became a legendary chapter in Ivey's career. But, like every great story, their success couldn't continue without raising suspicions. Borgata, one of Atlantic City's biggest casinos, began investigating Ivey's impressive wins, leading to a discovery that would change everything. At the height of their victories, Borgata Casino began investigating Phil Ivey's impressive winning streaks. Suspicions grew as the winnings accumulated by him and Cheng Yin's son reached astronomical figures. The casino's management realized something unusual was happening. Imagine being in charge of a casino and seeing a player consistently defy the odds. The investigations began to intensify, like a detective following clues leading to a major revelation. The investigation revealed that Ivey and Son had used the edge sorting technique to gain an advantage. To Borgata, this was a clear form of cheating. In 2014, the casino decided to take legal action against Ivey, claiming he had manipulated the game unfairly. This was a significant move, not just in the poker world but also in the casino industry. It was like a giant of the industry taking on one of the world's greatest players, and everyone was watching the legal battle unfold. During the trial, Ivey admitted to using edge sorting, but argued that he didn't consider his actions as cheating. He insisted that he simply exploited imperfections in the cards, something any observant player could do. For Ivey, this was part of the game. It's like an investor finding a flaw in the market and using it to win. However, the court didn't see it that way. They deemed Ivey's actions to be in violation of the casino's rules, even though he hadn't used electronic devices or other illegal methods. In 2016, the court ruled in favor of Borgata, ordering Ivey to return the $9.6 million in winnings. For Ivey, this decision was a blow, not just financially, but also to his reputation. The court's decision highlighted the fine line between skill and cheating in poker. It's like an Olympic athlete being disqualified for using techniques that, while within the rules, are considered unethical. The repercussions of this case echoed throughout the poker community. For many, Ivey's trial raised questions about what constitutes a fair advantage in poker. If he hadn't used electronic devices or relied on accomplices, why was his technique considered cheating? This question sparked heated debates among players and experts. Some argued that edge sorting was a legitimate skill, while others saw it as an unacceptable form of manipulation. As the legal case against Ivey unfolded, the poker community became divided. Some saw Ivey as a misunderstood genius, while others viewed him as a cheater who had finally been caught. The court's decision not only affected Ivey, but also set important precedents for future cheating cases in poker. And so, the discussion about ethics and technique in poker continued, leaving everyone waiting for the next chapter of this intriguing story. The court's decision against Phil Ivey had profound repercussions in the poker community. The order to return the $9.6 million to Borgata wasn't just a financial penalty, but a significant blow to Ivey's reputation. For many, he went from being a poker icon to a symbol of controversy. It's like a sports hero caught in a doping scandal. The stain on their reputation is hard to erase. The discussion about the ethics of his actions continued to reverberate, dividing opinions among players and poker fans. To some, Ivey was still seen as a poker genius, someone who simply exploited a system flaw to his advantage. This perspective suggests that edge sorting was a demonstration of skill and insight. After all, in poker, the goal is to win using every available advantage. It's like a chess player who knows all the openings and tactics to win. To these supporters, Ivey was a master strategist, not a cheater. On the other hand, many in the poker community and the casino industry saw Ivey's case as a clear example of cheating. For them, manipulating the cards and the dealer violated the integrity of the game. This view argues that poker should be a test of skill within fair and equal rules for all players. The edge sorting technique, although it didn't involve electronic devices, was considered an unfair manipulation of the game's rules. The controversy also raised awareness about security practices in casinos. Many casinos began to review and update their procedures to prevent similar techniques from being used in the future. It's like strengthening a system's defenses after a significant breach. Ivey's case served as a wake-up call for the industry, highlighting the need for constant vigilance and updates to security practices. Phil Ivey, meanwhile, stood firm in his position that he hadn't cheated. He continued to compete in poker tournaments, although the shadow of the Borgata case continued to hang over him. For Ivey, the fight was as much about clearing his name as it was about the money. It's like a fighter who, after a controversial loss, continues to train and compete, seeking to prove their worth again. His resilience in the face of controversy is a testament to his character and dedication to poker. The debate about ethics and technique in poker, sparked by Ivey's case, continues to evolve. New generations of players enter the game with the awareness of the lessons from this case, pondering how far they can go in seeking an advantage. The discussion about the balance between skill and ethics in poker doesn't have an easy answer, but Phil Ivey's case has certainly left an indelible mark on the game's history, opening new questions and reflections about poker's future. Now that you've learned about the most impactful cheats in poker history, it's time to reflect on what this means for you as a player. Are you paying attention to the details that can turn the game in your favor? Are you prepared to spot the subtleties that separate amateurs from true masters? These stories are not just about cheating. They're about understanding the importance of strategy, observation, and skill in every move. So, are you ready to elevate your game to the next level? What would you do if you were in Phil Ivey or Mike Postle's shoes? These questions invite you to dive deeper into the world of poker, learn, evolve, and perhaps develop your own winning strategies. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to keep receiving exclusive content that will transform your poker game. We want to hear your opinions and experiences in the comments. Together, we will uncover more secrets and dominate the table like true experts. Ready for this journey? Subscribe now and don't miss any valuable tips. But what if I told you there's more to uncover about these shocking poker scandals? Stay with us as we delve deeper into the twists and turns that left the poker world in disbelief. The most startling revelations are yet to come. Imagine being in a casino, surrounded by the excitement and tension of a high-stakes poker game. The cards are dealt, bets are placed, and suddenly, two of the most shocking cheating scandals in poker history unfold right before your eyes, live on camera. These aren't just tales of cunning and deceit. They're stories that rocked the poker world to its core. Phil Ivey and Mike Postle, names that evoke both admiration and controversy, became infamous for their alleged manipulations. In this video, we'll dive deep into how these players used ingenious methods to gain an edge, unraveling the secrets that many believe to be foolproof. Get ready to be captivated by the intricate details and unexpected twists that left everyone questioning the integrity of the game. This is a journey into the dark side of poker, where the stakes couldn't be higher and the truth is stranger than fiction. Let's uncover the mysteries behind these sensational cheats that you simply can't ignore. At Stone's Gambling Hall in Sacramento, poker games were routinely live-streamed to a captivated online audience. Among the regulars, one player began to stand out in a way that raised eyebrows: Mike Postle. Known for his uncanny ability to make perfect reads and seemingly impossible calls, Postle's performance was nothing short of extraordinary. Imagine a poker table where every player struggles to keep up, yet Postle appears to have a supernatural insight into the game. The initial suspicions came from within the poker community. Players and commentators who watched these live streams noticed that Postle's decisions often defied conventional poker wisdom, yet almost always led to winning outcomes. This wasn't just luck. It seemed as if he could see through the cards. People began to whisper, questioning how one man could consistently outsmart his opponents with such precision. The air was thick with suspicion. Veronica Brill, a fellow player and commentator, was one of the first to voice her concerns publicly. During one particular session, she observed Postle making a series of improbable moves, always at the right time. Brill couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. She took to social media and poker forums, expressing her doubts and calling for a deeper investigation. Her courage to speak out resonated within the community, igniting a firestorm of scrutiny and debate. As the whispers grew louder, analysts began to meticulously review footage of Postle's games. They dissected each hand, each bet, searching for patterns that could explain his extraordinary success. The data was alarming. Postle's win rate and decision-making were statistically improbable, leading many to suspect that he had some form of external assistance. Imagine poring over hours of video, noting every anomaly, every unusual decision, and building a case from these breadcrumbs. The poker community was abuzz with theories. Some suggested that Postle had access to real-time information about his opponent's hole cards. The most popular theory was that he was using a hidden electronic device, possibly a smartphone, to receive this information. This idea wasn't far-fetched. The live streams included RFID technology to display players' cards to the online audience, which could be exploited with the right know-how. Stone's gambling hall found itself under intense pressure to act. They announced an internal investigation, aiming to address the growing concerns and restore trust in their games. The stakes were high, not just for Postle, but for the integrity of poker itself. The stage was set for a dramatic inquiry that would seek to uncover the truth behind Postle's seemingly supernatural poker abilities. With suspicions at an all-time high, the poker community rallied to uncover the truth behind Mike Postle's seemingly supernatural skills. Players and experts poured over hours of footage from Stone's gambling hall, analyzing every hand he played during livestream sessions. The goal was to find a pattern or telltale sign of cheating. Imagine the intensity of this collective effort, where every frame, every move, and every bet was scrutinized under a microscope. As analysts delved deeper, they noticed Postle frequently looking down at his lap during critical moments. This peculiar behavior fueled the theory that he was using a hidden device to gain an unfair advantage. Speculation ran rampant that he might be receiving real-time information about his opponent's hole cards via a smartphone or other electronic device. The poker community was buzzing with the possibility that Postle's incredible reads were not a product of skill, but of sophisticated cheating. Veronica Brill's public accusations gained traction, and more prominent figures in the poker world began to voice their concerns. Renowned poker professionals like Joey Ingram took to social media and YouTube to analyze and discuss the suspicious footage. Ingram's detailed breakdowns highlighted numerous instances where Postle's decisions seemed almost impossibly perfect. These analyses provided compelling circumstantial evidence that pointed towards foul play. The pressure on Stone's gambling hall intensified as the poker community demanded answers. In response, the casino announced that it was conducting an internal investigation into the allegations. This investigation involved reviewing the live stream footage, interviewing staff and players, and examining the technology used during the broadcasts. The casino aimed to determine whether Postle had indeed cheated and, if so, how he had managed to do it without being detected. Despite the mounting evidence, concrete proof of cheating remained elusive. Postle continued to deny any wrongdoing, attributing his success to his extensive experience and skill in reading his opponents. He claimed that his unconventional style and deep understanding of poker strategy accounted for his remarkable performance. Yet, the community remained divided, with many convinced that no one could achieve such consistent success without some form of illicit assistance. As the investigation progressed, the poker world watched closely. The case had far-reaching implications, not just for Postle and Stone's gambling hall, but for the integrity of poker as a whole. If cheating could be proven, it would be a watershed moment, leading to increased scrutiny and enhanced security measures in live poker games. The community braced for the outcome, hoping for clarity in a situation shrouded in doubt and controversy. As the investigation into Mike Postle's activities at Stone's gambling hall progressed, the case took a decisive turn towards legal action. In October 2019, a group of poker players who felt cheated by Postle filed a lawsuit against him and the casino. They sought justice and compensation for the alleged fraudulent activities that had caused them significant financial losses. This lawsuit brought the suspicions and accusations into the public eye, turning a poker scandal into a legal showdown. The lawsuit detailed the accusations against Postle, alleging that he had used a hidden electronic device to gain an unfair advantage during live-streamed poker games. The plaintiffs argued that he had access to real-time information about their hole cards, explaining his extraordinary success rate. This theory was supported by extensive video analysis and expert testimony, which suggested that Postle's actions were not the result of skill alone. However, despite the compelling circumstantial evidence, the case faced significant challenges in court. The primary hurdle was the lack of direct, concrete evidence linking Postle to a cheating device. While the statistical anomalies and suspicious behaviors raised strong suspicions, proving that he had used a specific method to cheat was another matter entirely. The defense seized upon this lack of direct proof, arguing that the accusations were based on speculation rather than undeniable facts. The courtroom became a battleground for poker experts and statisticians. Each side presented detailed analyses of Postle's gameplay, aiming to convince the judge of their interpretation of the evidence. The plaintiffs highlighted the improbability of Postle's success being achieved through skill alone, while the defense pointed to his reputation as a seasoned poker player. The trial unfolded like a high-stakes poker game, with each side strategically presenting their strongest arguments. As the trial continued, it became evident that the absence of definitive proof was a major obstacle for the plaintiffs. The legal system requires a high standard of evidence, and without a smoking gun, such as a physical device or an eyewitness account, the case against Postle struggled to gain the decisive momentum needed for a conviction. This ambiguity left the court in a difficult position, balancing the weight of circumstantial evidence against the principle of reasonable doubt. In September 2020, the judge dismissed the lawsuit against Postle, citing insufficient evidence to proceed. This decision was a significant blow to those who believed in the allegations and hoped for a clear resolution. While the dismissal didn't exonerate Postle, it highlighted the complexities of proving cheating in poker without undeniable proof. The poker community was left to grapple with the unresolved questions and lingering doubts about what truly happened during those live-streamed games. The dismissal of the lawsuit against Mike Postle sent ripples through the poker community, igniting intense debates about the integrity of the game. For many, the court's decision felt like a missed opportunity to set a clear precedent against cheating. Despite the lack of a legal conviction, Postle's reputation was irreparably damaged. He became a polarizing figure, with some defending his skills and others convinced of his guilt. The controversy left an indelible mark on the poker world, forcing players and organizers to rethink the security measures in place. The impact on Postle's standing within the poker community was immediate. He found himself shunned by many, with invitations to major tournaments and events drying up. Imagine being a well-known figure in the poker world, only to be ostracized overnight. The allegations, despite not being proven in court, created a cloud of suspicion that would follow him indefinitely. For Postle, the challenge of rebuilding his reputation seemed insurmountable. In response to the controversy, poker organizers and casinos globally began to tighten their security protocols. Live-streamed games, in particular, came under increased scrutiny. Enhanced surveillance systems, more stringent checks on electronic devices, and better training for staff became standard practice. The aim was to restore confidence in the fairness of the game and prevent similar incidents from occurring. This shift towards greater transparency and security was a direct result of the lessons learned from the Postle scandal. The use of RFID technology in poker games saw a significant boost. By embedding RFID chips in the cards, organizers could monitor and track every movement during a game. This technology offered an additional layer of protection against cheating, ensuring that any attempts to manipulate the game would be detected. It was a technological leap forward, aimed at preserving the integrity of poker while adapting to modern challenges. The Postle scandal also had a cultural impact on the poker community. Players became more vigilant, both on and off the table. Trust, once a given, now had to be earned and continuously maintained. This heightened awareness extended to fans and viewers, who became more critical and discerning about the games they watched. The controversy had changed the landscape of poker, making everyone more aware of the potential for deceit and the importance of upholding ethical standards. As the dust settled, the poker world moved forward, carrying the hard-earned lessons from the Postle case. The dialogue about fair play, ethics, and the role of technology in poker continued to evolve. New safeguards were put in place, and the community remained united in its commitment to integrity. While the controversy left scars, it also underscored the resilience of the poker world. The game, with its rich history and complex strategies, endured, adapting and growing stronger in the face of adversity. Now that you've learned about the most impactful cheats in poker history, it's time to reflect on what this means for you as a player. Are you paying attention to the details that can turn the game in your favor? Are you prepared to spot the subtleties that separate amateurs from true masters? These stories are not just about cheating. They're about understanding the importance of strategy, observation, and skill in every move. So, are you ready to elevate your game to the next level? What would you do if you were in Phil Ivey or Mike Postle's shoes? These questions invite you to dive deeper into the world of poker, learn, evolve, and perhaps develop your own winning strategies. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to keep receiving exclusive content that will transform your poker game. We want to hear your opinions and experiences in the comments. Together, we will uncover more secrets and dominate the table like true experts. Ready for this journey? Subscribe now and don't miss any valuable tips.